What's going on, people? You're now locked into episode 8 of the Phoebe's on the Pod podcast with your boy Mills.
Your boy Life and Tea.
And you go chat to Pat.
Let's get straight into it. We're just going to talk about the coronavirus.
You have it?
Oh.
I do not. What?
No. I got mad.
He's gonna start it off.
What's there to really? Okay, so yeah, no, there's a whole lot to unravel in terms of it, but it's like it's a madness in terms of how people are reacting to people that are from Asia or certain places in Asia. I know there's a lot of quarantine and stuff like that, but I think there's an overreaction. I know it's happening worldwide and stuff like that. But I was doing some research about it and how it's similar to a common cold. More people died of the flu in Britain last year than people have died from the coronavirus.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I feel like people are just getting a bit over the top. I know certain people that are not buying chicken chow mein now because of it. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb. Like, I think it's dumb. And it's no different to what the Ebola virus was in terms of me, African, all day. The treatment that certain Africans were getting in terms of what? Go on.
No.
Go on.
Why are you pointing at me every minute? You need to point at yourself. There's 3 fingers pointing back.
But the whole African scenario in terms of when Ebola was rife and all of this stuff, and the ignorance that came from that, we're just doing it again. Like, did you see that viral clip in terms of this Chinese girl on a train?
On everybody.
And everyone's just backing up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think, did we not speak about that?
Yeah, we mentioned
we mentioned it. See?
Yeah.
Continuation.
Episode
Alright.
4, I think.
Yeah.
Don't watch more than
Just watch them all. Plug. But I think it's a joke. I don't really pay too much attention to it. I know someone in Britain died very recently.
Mm-hmm.
And rest in peace to him. But I'm not taking it too seriously. It is what it is. Just protect yourself.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it only come out in the news yesterday. I think it was that they confirmed that that individual had died. You know, the thing is, what I think is bizarre, and not to digress from the coronavirus, but also to just bring in a social context, is that my friend came home to me and she's white, and she said to me, do you know, I feel so sorry for this lady at work. I think she said the lady was Chinese. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And she said she was getting really upset because people are acting a certain type of way towards her and making her feel X, Y, and Z. And I'm not being a dickhead, but I was a dickhead because my immediate response was, when people have been doing things like that to black people for the longest of time, nobody had anything to say. So what now? Like, and that's not me saying that I'm with it, because I'm most definitely not. Like, these things come about lack of education, ignorance, that perpetuate the problem. It's always been the case when we come with any kind of racism or ism, any type of ism that there is always based on lack of education and foolishness as well, like people wanting to be a fool. So my thing is, when it comes to this virus, I'm travelling. I told my mum I was travelling. She was like, better make sure so you not come back with that. My panic hero plane. I said, listen, I'm going to do what I need to do in terms of trying to keep myself as clean as possible. If I see a Chinese lady walking down the street, am I going to jump it? No. Like, what? For what purpose? I just think it's bizarre. I think it's bizarre, and I think it's been sensationalised, as with things like Ebola. We do it. I remember dog and picnic, Koan chicken and Rona Khan business every single time. So are you fearful of?
No. I if it comes, I think God forbid it happens or I get it or whatever, there's much more people, or there's a much bigger likelihood of recovering entirely fine and being okay with it. I am treating it like a common cold.
I don't think there's any point fearing it when you can't really do nothing about it.
Shit's airborne.
You can obviously wash your hands and do whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop yourself from getting it if it's around in and around you. But go on, go.
No, they're just trying to shut that. Like, I've heard that the Olympics might not happen. Football matches might be cancelled, and all of this stuff.
In Italy. Sorry to my bitch.
But I just think it's an overreaction, and I suppose you'd rather an overreaction than an underreaction if it goes mad or stuff like that. But I don't know. I suppose I'm just. If I sneeze, it is what it is, innit? Like.
No, you better catch it, bin it, and kill it.
What was that?
Swine flu.
Swine flu.
No, but it's all the flus.
Another
No, Mills, I got mad.
Wait, bird flu, swine flu, foot in mouth.
Foot in mouth.
Foot and mouth.
It's
Foot
in your mouth.
Is it
Foot and
Foot and
mouth.
mouth.
No, look, it's foot and mouth disease, babe.
Foot and mouth disease.
Foot in mouth. You were living in the ends yachty business.
Oh!
It's
That's definitely what a yardie would say.
literally.
My point was, we've gone through. Fuck's sake, blood. We have. Oh, that's ruined me. Right, we have been through these kind of scenarios every so often. They just keep coming, and they keep developing into something else, and it is what it is. I still eat beef. I still eat meat. I still eat chicken. I still do whatever the fuck I want. So
my thing is, like, the people that are being like ignorant towards Chinese people, anyone can get it.
Anyone.
So you don't know. The black man could already have it on the train.
Yep.
The white man could already have it on the train. So why are you singling out a Chinese person? If it's over in England, anyone can have it. So it's stupid, but yeah.
It goes back to ignorance every single time. Every single time.
The first time it started to come out, I saw this viral picture of apparently where coronavirus came from, and it was a bat in a soup. Like I was like, is that a real thing? Like, I don't know. Like, apparently it isn't, or whatever. But it's just proper ignorance. Second something goes out there's always someone online. We keep talking about social media because it is relevant every single time. There's always a dickhead online that wants to create some story and turn a majority against a minority or a section of people, essentially. So, bun you social media. That's what.
The biggest thing is sorry. I really must. Every time I hear this, I want to pull this out. We use the term, not that you use the direct term because you didn't, but we use the term minority. And whenever I think about this, I feel like we use the term like ethnic minority, like we would fall into that category, whatever. And actually, it's a diminishing term. And I just want to put this out there. We need to start using the term global majority because that is actually what we are. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because we actually are the biggest population in the world. But because we live in this country and certain minimalised, no, honey, I'm everything and then some. Thank you. But no. And the thing is, I don't really go. I've gone back into the coronavirus, by the way. I preached and I come back in it. But I don't really go. I'm not really feeling any specific type of way. I don't want to catch it. I don't want to be dealing with that. But I'm still going to go about my day to day. The thing is, with these things, you have to go about your day to day, though, don't you? Because when people are ramming people on the bridge in London, like, what am I going to do? Never leave my house again. Like, these things that come out, they are sensationalised. Some of them are just the truth. But you cannot live in fear or live being ignorant because us as a people have been through that however many times. So, and have we been through it or are we going through it?
Next week's episode,
I genuinely haven't even thought of it. Like, I've just literally been living my life.
Like it's cold then?
Could say that. But it's not. But
it's grand.
Foot in mouth, man. I swear it's foot in mouth.
It's not foot in. Whose mouth you putting your foot in?
I'm not. Well, foot and mouth. Where did that even come from?
Because it affects your foot and your mouth.
That is not why it happened. No way.
That's where it affects.
No, it didn't.
I don't know. I just know it's called foot and mouth. I don't know. Is that what?
Can you Google it? Do some fact checking.
I need to.
Because it affects your foot and your mouth. Like you come up with these bumps on your mouth.
I didn't know that.
And your foot. My ex's daughter had it.
And you didn't know
that? The thing is, you're making me feel like I'm going crazy. Google it and look at a picture.
Oh, young when that came out though. I feel
it still happens now though.
Does it?
Does it?
I thought
you lot are making me feel like I'm going crazy.
I genuinely thought
my
like all of them, like cow, swine flu and all.
What is it? There's foot and mouth. What's the other one?
Swine flu.
Well, apparently it says hand, foot and mouth disease.
Hand, foot and mouth, yeah? So you can get in your hands.
It's caused by a virus. Symptoms include ulcers and sores inside or around the mouth. Hope you guys are taking this in. And a rash or blister on the hands, feet, legs or buttocks. And while it's not pleasant, it also isn't serious. So, why was I stopped from eating burgers back in the day then?
Because this is what they do.
I thought people were going dead from that back in the day.
That's what?
Yeah, but then you also have to take into consideration time. Because, like, if we had a case of some unknown virus, let's call it virus X, and we don't know what the backside we would do with that. So now, like foot and mouth is nothing. Now, like if you get gout, they didn't know what to do with foot gone. But now there's things. Sometimes, if your foot mash up, but sometimes they can do so when you move with the times.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I don't buy into conspiracy theories, but I feel like these things are put out there sensationalised. I said it before, they incite moral panic. These things incite panic in people. And I don't really know. What I can't figure out is the why. Why are they because it's not like you've got this virus out there that's happening at the minute. If we're following this conspiracy route, they've released this virus into the world, whatever, blah, 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 blah. What is the point? Like,
control.
How are you controlling me? That's what I'm trying to think too.
Because it allows more. I think everyone's got that element of hypochondriac element within themselves. So if there's something mad going on in this world, a lot more people are going to go back to the doctors or go back to the hospitals. But
the same is all they can do for it, really. Like, like things like that. Unless you're, because they're saying that if you're exhibiting it, stay in your yard. Like that's what the basically is. Like, stay away. Like So this is what I'm saying. Like, what's the point? I can't, because I've seen these theories floating around online, and I'm like, okay, for what purpose?
I do believe it's control. I don't know what necessarily they're controlling. I sometimes do believe in certain conspiracy theories. I'm going to maybe touch on AIDS a little bit. I do believe,
and out there that was man-made.
I'm certain it's man-made.
Yeah, I think that's like.
And I believe it was there to target Africa.
Yeah.
But again, maybe we'll touch on that in another episode.
I'm with that as well.
I'm 100% with it.
I don't think it's a conspiracy anymore.
You think it's out there?
I think like I've heard a lot of people say that, and I think a lot of people know about it.
But again, it's control. It's to control. That one was to control the continent, control the population, and also stunt it from its glow up. Because it's got everything there to be whatever. And no, Africa's going to be another topic for another day.
Yeah.
But no, we ain't got time for that. But in regards to this element, it is still controlling population. It's still controlling travel. It's controlling the borders. It's controlling events. It's controlling everything because of a common cold. Bunya Clark, man.
The thing is, if you ever get coronavirus,
God forbid,
and it lick you down, I'm gonna say, do you remember that time on the pod when he said it's the common cold?
Yo, you might as well play it at my funeral in the background. Idiot. But no, I just don't think it is that serious. I do think there's an element in which, people are getting killed by it, but people get killed by the flu every day.
Yeah, but you do know the people that are dying. I don't know if you've read into this, but the people that, from what I've read, the people that are dying are people that have pre-existing health concerns for the most part. So if you're healthy, as far as you're aware, and you get let down with this, there is a huge chance. The chances are that you will recover from this, as opposed to if you don't.
I'm one of them, innit?
No. Leave me something in the wind. I am.
You can have the rest of my coronavirus. Cool. So.
Do you want me to say?
Okay, let's move on before we even get into anything. Let's move on.
Sneeze on over before.
Doing Dave's.
Okay.
Get into it.
Cool. Brit
Awards. He said he was going to sneeze on me, and we all like he didn't say it. I don't want you, Ebola.
You be ignorant. It's fine.
No, I'm not involved.
Thank you. You're not part of the solution. Oh. Fuck's sake. So
Black is excellent.
But
yeah.
First off, big up man like Santan Dave, yeah, because when me and Carla were living, when me and Pat were, you're gonna have to edit this.
No, keep going, bitch.
When me and Pat were living together.
He's not my man, and nor was he ever.
Never.
No!
She wishes.
No! Look at us on the pod. Why are you doing that?
I'm going to give you that a second.
I'm ready.
Great. You? Good?
I obviously don't want to sweep that.
Okay, so, back in the day, I put you on Dave, right? Allow me.
No.
Fucking mad.
No. No, I had to think, no, because I'll tell you what happened. When I worked in my other place with our other friend, I remember when you and I didn't live together at that time, and I remember trying to learn the lyrics to Hangman, So that was my first exposure. You put me onto making sure I listened to psychodrama for sure.
Okay.
But you didn't put me onto him as a whole, so don't beg.
Hangman. I played Hangman to you.
We hadn't lived together at that point. We lived together after.
You know what? Okay, we're going. Okay. I definitely did. But so Dave recently performed at the Brit Awards. In my opinion, an amazing performance.
Big performance.
Had a message, which is what he always does. This guy is wise beyond his years. Yo, I can't give this guy too many props, man. But he did a performance, and Stormzy did a performance at the Brit Awards. So in regards to Dave's performance, he touched on he performed his song Black, which is obviously representative of black people in Britain. But he had an additional verse in which he accused the Prime Minister of being racist, shouted out the elements of people that suffered from the Grenfell tragedy. Get words out. Yeah,
Did you get it out in the end? Tragedy.
Oh.
When the feeling's gone and you cannot go on, so please say the word good and be forward.
The thing that happened at Grenfell. And I can't even say the word, I speak. I don't know why. But as well as that, we have to do that.
Carry on.
So after his performance, the Brit Awards received 300 plus complaints from Ofcom.
Which is mad.
Which is stupid.
Oh, he got
straight away. In regards to his performance and also Stormzy's, which I'm definitely backed out because from what I saw from Stormzy's performance, he was just performing a couple of tunes. But Dave had a message, and I was looking at Twitter after it, and some of the comments I was seeing from certain people saying that he can't have an opinion because of certain things that have happened within his own family, and the inspiration that he had for his album is ludicrous. So I suppose I'm going to throw it out to you guys. What did you think of the performance? What did you think of the complaints? What did you think of it?
I thought the performance was 10-10.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And one of the things that he did that I loved, ever so slightly, just brought the tempo down ever so slightly. And I thought that was very smart for people to hear the message, because obviously you want to reach the masses. A lot of people, especially English people, older crowds, they're not listening like that, how we would ride a beat and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that was a very, very smart move. And I also think that final verse, I was screaming. I was actually screaming because when I first heard Black, I was jumping up and down the place because I thought, and that's why I like that, the boy has got sense. I can listen to you because you're talking sense. And that's what I've got time for. Like, I can buy into that from now to the end of time. I think the reason that people are mad is because it, just like when Stormzy called out Theresa May and called her a bitch.
Yeah.
It's the similar sort of thing. Sometimes when harsh truth comes out of certain mouths, it's a problem. And I think this is one of the mouths of one of the lowest forms in this country, because the only person under a young black man is a young black woman. That's the only person underneath. So it's for him to be there from a societal perspective and to be able to have such a platform to speak truth like that, I thought it was absolutely 10-10. Absolutely 10-10. 100%. I cannot give it enough props. I can't. Because he might drop and fucked up. Because that's it. What more is there to say? The bar that he said that I literally did this in the kitchen. I turned around when he said something about saying that the least racist, but that is still racist. And I thought, this is what I'm saying. You can't, as a society or politics, be saying we're the least racist. That's like me saying I'm the least murderous of them all. Like, I'm still killing off everyone back. So it makes no sense. And calling people like, no, listen, look, I'm in my bag. Let me come out. Press close.
Well, I can't really talk much more about the performance because she literally said everything. But
no, but you have an opinion. Speak your truth, young
black
man.
I'm saying you literally said everything. It was just a big performance to go on there at his age, and have that message. Mm-hmm. It's just dope from him. It's dope. I've got nothing but range for him.
But I was watching him from when he was young, and he put out like Question Time, and that blew my mind, because I was like, this boy is coming with the wickedest, and you're not talking about what you're going to do from what you're not going to do, and you're coming with facts, big facts as well, and things like that. So I feel like I didn't see Stormzy's performance, so I can't talk on that, but I love Stormzy. But in terms of, I literally gave myself a shudder. I literally did, because he had on that t-shirt at the Brits and he looked good.
Oh, when they said he looked like what's his name from The Incredibles?
Oh, Frozen.
No, that's my babes. I can't even. Did you see that picture of Maya Jama? 10.
Moment of silence for that one.
No, I was like, Maya.
I'm on my side, but shit, good.
Good up. And I'm like, listen, I like men then. That's what I was going to say. Different words then. But she looked like yummy, scrummy. She got that yummy. In her tummy. Now she looked good. But no, she looked good. I was like, yeah, alright, babes, you're killing them. But,
wait, which picture you talking about? You talking about the one of her at the Brits?
No.
Or
the
in
bikini.
bikini?
Looking pervy worthy.
Which one?
I'm from this geezer, this $7.99 OnlyFans account.
Speaking of events.
Yo, but we never even discussed that. Is it $7.99?
Alright, let me try and find
I don't know.
I don't know if it's something that you have to. It's personal.
I have never used OnlyFans ever in my life.
Let's go.
Never.
How much?
What's the point?
Because I feel like you might be able to set your subscription amount. I feel like that's the thing. How much is?
I feel like I'm.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Everyone's got an OnlyFans now.
Pretty much whatever you want for subscription, starting at $4.99.
Jeez.
So you're on that cream.
Little bargain thing, you know. Little bargain thing, you know. Well, I'm joking. I've never been on that website in my entire life. I swear down. If I had, I would have said, yeah, it was true.
Okay.
Pornhub, mad team.
I use X-Hamster X. No, I'm ramping. Am I? No, eat lollipop. Why are you doing 2 pence? No, my mum watches this. No. I can't be bothered.
Okay, let's get back on topic.
What did you think about the complaints then?
I haven't seen them. This was news.
I need to know what people were complaining about because
the additional verse was the main thing.
But still, where to complain?
Accusing our Prime Minister of being racist.
Which one? Because they've all been. No, Mills. No, but which one?
But the one that's in now
is the
this buzzer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think I've mentioned this
out there. That shows that he's been mad racist.
What did he say?
All kind of
pickaninny or something like that.
Pickaninnies and
But the thing is, I think I've mentioned this before when I said about his dad. His dad was on the thing and called the people illiterate and I'm saying, listen, if somebody's father is on there that they've been raised up with is talking about people like that, then it is beyond me that people would expect that the child raised in that environment is not going to have similar, if not exactly the same views. So if this geezer, and like I said, people think I'm mad when I say these things, but I'll say it again, I'll go off vibe. I don't know these people, but I'll go off vibe. I said it about Trump, his last name's Pup, and I'll say it again. I said the man's an idiot. He's done idiotic things. I said it. I said, why is the man can't comb his hair? Why are we listening to a man who cannot and look, he's doing the fuckery. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. We
voted him in? Well,
no, I did not. I got so mad. I was like, who?
The country.
But that shows you the state of the country that we're in, innit?
The vote in this class, or?
The votes are going to be at the fucking shore soon, but... It is
what
what it is. The complaints, I think, are stupid. I think...
What are the complaints about that? He basically called the Prime Minister racist.
I don't think it's that. I think they would have complained even if he didn't say that bar. They're complaining because a black man on TV talking about
blackness.
Simple as that. Because people think that when people are pro-black, it's anti-white or anti-anything else.
That pisses me off.
That's what the complaint about. It's nothing to do with the Prime Minister.
I think you hit the nail on the head there with that one. I think you can't say anything positive about black or blackness without it being seen as a negative against white people or whatever. But
there's that whole thing about, like, I was reading something about it the other day in brief, and I looked at it, stopped my teeth and kept it moving. I really had to do that because they were saying, like, you know, the black people are becoming racist in their way now. And I'm saying, I don't feel like you can turn around and say that if you have done something and I respond to that, then that doesn't then make me the issue because of my response to your behaviour. Like, so me being pro-black, like exactly what you said, does not in any way, shape or form mean that I'm anti-white. It means I'm pro-black. There's been enough dragging people down. I'm going to do what I need to do to lift us up. That doesn't mean I'm going to do all this madness and say people are this and people, because that then just makes me exactly as bad as the person who I'm trying to come up from in the first place. Literally, it's mad. It's absolutely mad.
People are saying, you know, when Deontay Wilder came out.
Oh, with the costume.
D Smoke's performance, his song was about black excellence.
Oh, yeah.
They were saying that was racist. People on Twitter, he's like, We'll get on to Deontay soon because
I forgot.
We gotta speak about that.
Catching L's from
that dude's tripping.
But because of his outfit.
But we'll go on to that.
Yeah.
We'll go on to that.
But overall,
No,
we have this culture in which if someone does anything that is trying to uplift their community, whatever the community may be, the other people that aren't within that community will then complain about it because social media sucks. That is where I'm at now. Every single episode that we do, it just puts more nails into this coffin that social media is dead. But follow me at Life at Team.
But I was just going to say, I was literally just about to say that I swear you're on the most.
Now, to quickly just plug off this, I remember people were saying when Bashi made some Black Boys, they were saying that was racist.
Yeah, they hate on it. They hate on it.
It's what it is, isn't it? But
big up Dave. That's the main point, man.
Big performance by Dave.
100%.
Big up yourself.
Devo, shout me.
I mean, that's next. We're gonna touch on Wilder Fury quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
Wilder Fury again because Wilder got ass beat and when AJ lost, AJ said no excuses. Whatever, we'll go again. I got to be much scores. Whatever.
Man, blame.
Can I just put my hand up in the air for 1 second?
Go on.
Because I'm not saying that AJ wasn't humble, and I'm a fan, definitely a fan. But there was mumblings and whatever that he had a panic attack prior to the fight.
AJ,
he never
that?
said.
Yeah, his dad did. His dad did.
Did he?
I didn't hear his dad.
Did you not? That's how it all come out. His dad was
his
saying
dad didn't
that.
come out and say anything. His dad was cussing Eddie Hearn, but he didn't say AJ had a panic attack.
So
he didn't come out
where
and say
did that come from?
That just came out from
I'm swear that I read that it come out from.
Well, even I'm saying even if his dad did say that, AJ didn't say nothing.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying.
But
okay.
my man blamed his Black History Month costume.
How? I don't understand how
he says it was what was it, £40?
£40,
which is like
2.5,
3 stone.
Yeah.
He said he's had the batteries in. He said the helmet was all hot.
Right, I'm sure you've had lesser gal on your body.
No, go on.
Do you know what I mean?
What I'm saying is the ring walk is not that long.
For one.
You weigh how much? It was on Joe Rogan's show talking about he trains with 45-pound stuff.
Yep.
And anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Weakened your legs. Yo, you're an idiot.
Your legs are fine until you got one rustling in your head. Your legs are blessed until you got like one mistake chop.
Don't call it a chop. I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying? So, but just be humble. But you know what he's done? He's made it work for himself.
Yes,
when they fight again, you better come out in one little thin robe. And if you get
too heavy.
Just boxes. Straight up.
If you get banged again, you are like a dickhead.
But he's gonna get banged.
No, but I'm saying he better come on with crud blood. Nah. He better either go 12 rounds and have some big jewel, or you better knock him out.
Fully, and it's not gonna happen.
If you get beat up again, retire.
Tyson Fury won the first fight, got screwed over. He conclusively won this second fight and murked Big Brother. Ears bleeding. Your ears are bleeding, bro.
I can't believe he said it, honestly.
So I think he just was so confused. He really did not. No,
he must have some manners.
He did not expect it. Man was calling him pillow fists. Made me believe it was pillow fists. I'm in a group chat chatting all of this stuff, like thinking Deontay's gonna win. I did believe he was gonna win it and just knock him out.
Did ya?
I thought the punch power that he has is something from up above.
But you must remember that Fury, first and foremost, Julie's from the Julie, you know. Fury is from the travelling community. They do not ramp. That's the first thing I want to say. Like, no ramping.
Gucci belts and all that.
The thing is, I literally love Fury because he's mad. He's nuts, but I love him for that. The other thing is, what was I going to say? Stop it! You got me. You confused me. It's gone. It was about Fury. The other thing is,
what his journey maybe from depression?
No, it wasn't even that. It's gone. It's gone.
Well, he is by far the better boxer. The same result will happen again. And
thing is though, the only thing is, it is Wilder. So again,
anything
he could be outboxed the same way he was in the first fight, and you could just literally hit him with some lucky shot.
True.
That's the only thing with Wilder. But if he was smart, he would have said, "Oh, I wasn't expecting Fury to come at me like that," and he messed up my game plan, and he got me. That's it. Done.
Humble.
Done.
Be humble.
Done. You know what I'm saying?
Be humble with your dubs. Be humble with your L's.
Or come up with a better excuse. I did broke my ankle. I got 2 splints in there. Invisible splints. You can't see them.
Invisible splint.
Big man like you talk about suit weighing me down and mash up my legs
My costume before the
for a 5-minute walk.
It's dumb, blood. It's dumb. It's dumb. He used Black History Month as the reason why he lost. Fool.
Madness.
Anyway,
Madness.
I don't care anyway because it's going to be an all British clash. Hopefully, Tyson.
No, that's a big choose.
It's murder. Tyson against Tyson. Stop it. Tyson against AJ is the fight I want to see. I want to see it at Wembley.
I think it will happen.
I think it will happen. I just think it will take a while because.
Do you think AJ? I think we had this brief chat, but the more I've seen more coming out, do you think AJ is ready for this? Though?
Yes, 100%.
Is that who you're putting your money on?
I would put my money on him.
Who would you put him?
I would put money on Fury, but I want AJ to win.
The logic says Fury. I get it. I totally understand it, but I think that AJ has the combination of both Fury in terms of ability in terms of box. He's not got the same ability.
He's a boxer
Tyson, but he's a boxer.
Fury's like got power. 10-10 slick, but his power is like 6 out of 10.
We say that.
Wilder's got the power of 10-10, but his boxing prowess is just low.
Dead.
AJ's like got
bang
both,
in the middle of both.
but like not outstanding in either, but very good at both of them.
I think you just got to match him in terms of you don't try and go for the knockout. Actually, try and box a boxer and have that type of fight.
Well, that's what I think it has to be.
I think Fury would win, but I would not be surprised at all if AJ won. Like it would be really close.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna put my money on Fury. I am, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna go with my gut because, like, I love AJ, and I do think he's a good boxer, and I can't knock him. Like, I think he's, and I've always said, like, I like his attitude.
Yeah.
He's one of the most attractive and appealing things to me as an individual, and he's cute, not backside. But because he pretty like money. But I'm calling it. My money's on Fury.
If it happens, I definitely want to see it live. But okay, cool. Pick up them man there. Welcome with your team.
Be disrespectful.
One of them, didn't it? Happens.
Just that.
Happens.
No,
no one can even come to me with the after this because I'm humble. I'm humble.
What's happened?
I said I weren't expecting nothing from this season. I said next season is where we see it. When Arteta gets his transfers in, if we do get any transfers in, because it's Arsenal, so you never know what going on.
True.
Our team's not good enough. Simple as that.
They got knocked out of the Europa League yesterday in the last minute of the game. Basically, we went into extra time. They should have won because Aubameyang scored a fucking beauty.
It's Aubameyang! I can't do. I have to.
Aubameyang. Yeah, he scored a fucking beautiful overhead kick, and then it looked like they were going to go through, and then in the last minute, they scored a goal. Fucked up their clock.
I'm still positive with Arteta, like for real. But obviously this season our team not good enough. Like I've been saying that for how long?
No.
But yeah, man, you got the 5 new one, but you might keep gassing on it. You might keep gassing on it because Bruno. It's Liverpool season.
It is.
You know what I mean? So
Liverpool.
It's all
I
it's all there, innit? So one of them ones. Quick touch. Premier League Hall of Fame. They're bringing out a Hall of Fame thing, just like they do in the NBA and stuff. I think they said 2 inductees first.
Yep.
Who would you go for?
Ryan Giggs.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Henry.
I would definitely go for Henry. I don't know if he's biased because I'm Arsenal fan or because he actually mashed the Premier League. And I would go for Shearer as well.
Over Giggs? The amount of appearances.
Giggs would be low down.
Why?
He wouldn't be that. He wouldn't be for me. He wouldn't. I'll put Scholes ahead of Giggs. Also put a few. I put Terry. Yeah, swear down. I would.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Giggs is good, but we ain't got time to get into this. We ain't got time to get into this. But yeah, I'll put Cherry and Shearer. I've got to be mine too.
Okay.
I'll put my mum and my dad.
Okay.
How many appearances they played? How many goals? Assists?
They created this. What more do they need to do?
Okay.
Settle down.
Anything else, or are we done there?
Yeah, I think we're done.
I'm done
I
with
think
you.
we're done.
We're done with you.
Yeah, short episode this week. Why are you going at that?
Because I'm listening with my eyes.
Okay. So that's it for today. Everyone again. Actually, quick shout out KD. She said she watches every show.
Oh, bless.
Said she's just subscribed as well because she was subscribed before. I told us.
More subscribers.
But yeah, shout out KD.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Shout out Miss Jackson as well.
I am for real.
But yeah.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. apologize a million times.
Okay, we done.
No. You must have some manners when I hit you with no.
But yeah, don't forget to like, share, big time, subscribe.
Yes.
It should be on the screen already.
All of that.
Do that. Yeah, head over to our Twitter for Song of the Week. We're going to be doing a competition as well. We're going to be giving away a Poetic Justice t-shirt. So that should be on our Twitter from Friday. Head over to our Twitter. Yeah, gone again. And back next week.
I'm out. It's been fun.